with the latest sports news. We had an action-packed day in baseball yesterday. We had hockey and we had basketball. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, first, yesterday we had the Mets and the Pirates in New York. Mets take the game 11 to 7 over Pittsburgh. Freddie Peralta takes the win. Paul Skeens takes the loss. Then we had the Brewers beat the White Sox 14 to 2, smash the White Sox. Mazeroski gets the win. Smith takes the loss. Nationals beat the Cubs at Wrigley 10 to 4. Lord takes the win. Boyd takes the loss. And the Orioles beating the Twins 2 to 1. Rogers takes the win. Funderburk takes the loss. And Helsley takes the save. Red Sox shut out the Reds 3-0. Crochet with the win. Johnson with the loss. And Chapman with the save. Angels beat the Astros, shut them out 3-0. Soriano with the win. Bluba takes the loss, and Romano takes the save for the Angels. Tigers beat the Padres 8-2 in San Diego. Skubal with the win. Pavetta the loss. Phillies beat the Rangers 5-3 in Philly. Sanchez takes the win. Eovaldi the loss. Duran the save. Cardinals beat the Rays 9-7 in St. Louis. O'Brien with the win. Clevenger the loss. And Stanek with the save. Dodgers beat their arch division rival Diamondbacks 8-2. Yamamoto takes the win. Gallen takes the loss. Guardians beat the Mariners in Seattle 6-4. Brogdon with the win. Spurrier with the loss. And Smith with the save. Alright. So next, we have today's games. We got the Yankees and the Giants. We got the A's and the Blue Jays. Rockies and Marlins. Royals, Braves. Angels, Astros. Guardians, Mariners. Tigers, Padres. Diamondbacks, Dodgers. Alright. For the A's and the Blue Jays, it's Severino and Gossman. Rockies and Marlins, Freeland and Alcantara. Royals, Braves. Raggins and Sale. Angels and Astros, Kenichi and Burrows. Guardians, Mariners, it's William and Kirby. Tigers and Padres, it's Valdez and King. And then Diamondbacks, Dodgers, it's Nelson and Sheehan. So that is today's baseball action. Now we're going to go into hockey. Alright, yesterday we had the Canadiens beat the Blue Jackets 2-1 in Montreal. Penguins beating the Senators 4-3 in a shootout in Ottawa. Kraken beat the Lightning in overtime 4-3. The Wild beating the Panthers 3-2. Islanders beat the Stars 2-1. Flyers beat the Blackhawks in Philly 5-1. Blues beat the Sharks in overtime in St. Louis 2-1. Devils beat the Predators in Nashville 4-2. Avs take down the Jets 3-2 in Winnipeg. Capitals spank the Mammoths 7-4 in Utah. Ducks beat the Flames in Calgary in overtime 3-2. Oilers beat the Knights in overtime 4-3. Kings beat the Canucks in Vancouver 4-0, a shutout. And so for today's action in hockey, we've got the Red Wings and the Sabres in Buffalo. And we got the Blackhawks and the Rangers in New York. So that is it for hockey. And now we're going to head into basketball. Alright, we have yesterday's action. We had the Hornets smother the Knicks 114-103 in Charlotte. Pistons taking down the Pelicans in Detroit 129 to 108. Magic beating the Kings 121 to 117 in Orlando. And then today we got the Clippers and the Pacers, the Hawks and the Celtics, the Heat and the Cavs, Rockets and Grizzlies, Bulls and Thunder, Pelicans and Raptors, Jazz and Nuggets, Wizards and Warriors, Mavericks and Blazers, Nets and Lakers. So that is it for today's action in basketball. However, I got even bigger news in basketball. The Board of Governors have just met and have approved the possibility of exploring 2 new franchises in Las Vegas and Seattle. Like, I would be interested in it. I mean, they would have to put either the Grizzlies or the Timberwolves in the Eastern Conference, but it would be evened out. It would be 16 teams in both conferences. Now, Seattle, you got to call them the Sonics. That's just my opinion. You have to call them the Supersonics again. You just have to bring it back. Now, Vegas is up in the air. Like, I heard of High Rollers. I heard of a bunch of other names. But put down in the comments who you think the team name should be. These teams would begin play in 2028-2029. So, anyway, post in the comments who you think the names of this team should be. Be sure to watch, like, and subscribe to Shawnee Boy, the Sports Guru, and I will see you all in what is the best video with the next one. So I will see you all in the next